I was just too soft, too pliable, too bendable, too breakable. I wondered if my sensitiveness would be better served on a censorship list. If it would be better to weather my own emotions until they eroded in a road not known to be so gentle. It's just, when you're always spoken to like you're a mistake, it starts to become the only thing you can taste, and you end up feeling less like great and more like pain, and my mother swears I'm the air that she breathes. So when they diagnosed her, I hope the doctors didn't blame it on her environment. And when my friends would talk about that chick and want to bone, her bone would carry my body back to the skeletons in my closet. Back to '94 when he broke her arm and they just didn't understand why I wasn't like them. And while they were only concerned about getting in between that girl's hips when they boned her, I wanted to be her hips. The bones inside of her, because without me she couldn't move alone, and without her heartbeat I'd just be bones. I can't tell you how many times my mother was battered up on home's plate, but we still dug out love. She was rocked quite often, but was one hell of a mountain climber. She paid a hefty price to wear his fists. And they were the most expensive black and blue eye makeup I've ever seen. Their battles built graves on her body for the parts of her that died on his hands. So when I say respect women, I'm just reminding you to think about your mom when you reject women. Or any other female friend, relative sharing any and all melanin. If it's all the same but a different shade between her legs, then why can't you ever act like pipes after you pipe and actually stay in place after you lay upon her skeleton? I mean, if that's the case, what are you really missing? I know, I get it, you're a man, but your character is a midget. That cape is in your mind, but your legend is a myth. And after you land on all those bad bitches, I bet you're still aiming for a missus. I wonder if you try to manage your issues with abandonment by the average number of beds you're in. As if tattooing last night's fuck in her brain will somehow make you forget the work of art you've never been. Your promises are like prom dresses, only good for one event, so don't feed her meter if you're not willing to park long enough to let her in. And don't touch down on her if you're just gonna play with her like varsity lettering. So women, know there's an Adam out there that will rewrite your history and eat the apple for you. That will love your every atom, rep you like an anthem in every battle he's ever called to. He may play Madden, but will still jump up and help you tackle whatever haunts you. He knows you get moody, but will still keep your heart in his hands, even when it's not the strong suit. He will dig your every feature, love the inner even deeper, and hold your hand, not just for affection, but to close the gaps between your fingers. He will marvel at your figure the way your X-Men never did. He will spread your mind before your legs without your need to tell him it. He will make you rewrite the entire girl code testament, since you won't ever again have to test a man, because he will be what you never thought possible, definite. And for every time you sacrifice your worth for a guy at his worst, he will repay that deficit and rebuild the demolition on your heart as quick as adrenaline. So I have a question. Do you ever look at someone like they're the sky, to then wake up in the morning with the taste of heaven still on your lips, because all you ever do is dream of candy-coated raindrops? Let's pretend I am 8, and there are 3 Halloweens worth of Skittles in her heart that I may never get to taste. Maybe I'm a nerd, but I wish for her now and later. Even when I remember our arguments and how she would stare and snicker at me, most of our times were good and plenty. I let her catch my eyes staring at her. I hope my deliberate yet brief peeps in her direction would show her the mounds of forever I was willing to dig. I loved her because I felt I could show her both sides of me. She knew my spine was built for the rocky road bumps and the thrust. Because she saw everything from my attempts at wearing a Superman cape down to my Clark bar. I wish she'd be the one to connect my birthmark dots to tell me I was the star her Milky Way has been waiting for. But that star bursted. And this isn't doublemint. There aren't 2 of me. So if she wants to leave for a little Cracker Jack Slim Jim or Mike and Ike, she better know I'm no everlasting gobstopper, because there's no coming back to me, and I want that granite love. That last man standing love. That not hopeless, because she makes me a hopeful romantic love. That her Kit Kat only needs my 1 steak love. That her Tootsie Roll only needs my 1 lick love. Because those dudes count their licks, or just trying to make her split, and that shit ain't love. That red hot tamales volcano love. That old home remaining in a tornado love. That she makes me smile so hard she's a jawbreaker love. I don't want that pop rocks love. I want that real rock love. That forever love. That pour her into me because it's hourglass love. That I love her even when her hourglass shape don't last love. That our hourglass never stop love. Because we don't need sands, it's just beaches where the pixie sticks in my heart love. She's amazing. And in her sheet, she makes me forget proper grammar, and I won't ever give her that wax lips propaganda because I know a good woman brings all men joy, especially in his sour patches. So for the one who will decide to share her life with me, I love you like the last day of school. Other women are to me where Christmas is the Scrooge. In other words, you are the only one. When I'm with you, I don't have to question who to be. You don't sweep me off my feet. You're stronger than that. You hoover me. Other men will freely give you their eyes, but do not mistake those vowels for vows, because most want to browse between your aisles, get you aroused, but me, I want to spout, so I want to keep you around. When you take longer than expected, I'll still long for you, no question, mow the lawn for you, make the breakfast, do the laundry, fold the bedding, all of that wait after the wedding, because we're a coalition. What we have is commitment, and my life isn't coherent unless it's co-written by your existence. You make the ocean want to upgrade to the color surrounding your pupils. Next to you, age always feels as youthful as cartoons, and you who I know writing about love is just so usual. And so many take back their words once they're used to you, end up saying that's just what humans do, but I do means I'm rocking with you till either one of us has our funerals. You stitch together the kind of life that only a few can sew, because you never try to be perfect, and that's what makes you so beautiful. Believe me when I say I'm not just trying to nail you, when I say you're fine down to your cuticles. Other dudes thought you were someone they can play, but babe, it didn't take me long to figure out you're more like a musical. Your own skin can't even contain you, so your shadows are more like murals, though I know you've had your fair share of lanes switching lanes. Those that have treated your body like boxing, no ring after their glove came off. Those that didn't know your body is like botany, and they can't just drop seeds and skate off, but to me, you're more like prophecy, the one I prayed for. Your lips are like the curtains to a show I've seen 1,000 times, and I still anticipate those reruns. Your arms, my bunker, when life throws its grenades off. Your heart, a maze I never want to learn the way out of, so I don't want to ever walk across time unless the hands are ours. A man isn't a tower without the steps of a woman. So when he steps towards a woman, he steps towards improvement, and like tag in the playground, if I ran from you, I'd only be running from the one that was it for me. I think it's Fabolous that you're so into me. It is sweeter than Intimans when we're intimate, because that's our chemistry. Whenever you introduce me and say that's him, I promise to try my best to always be as heavenly. You are front row for me, never mezzanine. I love how you accept that I like wrestling. The same way I know you levitate when you find a dress for cheap. If forever was a recipe, I want to bake it with you. Possibly naked too. Maybe with you wearing an apron or boots, but more importantly, I want to make the best life. Always shared and served with our table set for us too. Thank you guys.